Hey guys, welcome to part 2 of our Chicago trip. So this is day 2 that we did. We stayed after Chicago 360 on day 1. We went to the hotel and just stayed there overnight. We got up early the next morning and went to the Shedd Aquarium. And honestly, there are elevators in the Shedd Aquarium. There are a lot of stairs. It is a lot of walking. There are some places that you can't really get to unless you use stairs, at least from our experience. But for the most part, there's a lot of places you can go and use the elevator. I would say that even with invisible disabilities, Shedd Aquarium is 100% something that if you can make it happen, I would definitely check out. It was probably my favorite place of all of the places we went over Chicago. I loved seeing the beluga whales and the otters. And as far as accessibility goes, it was, again, a few places where there were stairs that you had to use. So that was a little difficult, but for the most part, it was pretty accessible and definitely worth it, in my opinion. So after the Shedd Aquarium, we went to lunch. So that was good. And then we went to the Chicago Symphony Orchestra. And I'm going to tell you that I did not know in the beginning that there was an elevator. So I had to walk 6 floors of stairs in order to get up to our seats. Definitely, if you go, use the elevator. You can use the elevator. It will take you wherever you need to go. Don't be like me. But of course, I was with a group of people. There were 52 of us. And so, I didn't know where we were going. I just followed them. Oh my gosh. I came down on the elevator. But it about took me out. Let's just say that. However, it is still I would say it's still pretty accessible because even though there might be a few stairs once you get to the level where your seats are, it's not crazy horrible. And you might be able to talk to them and do like a disability area. They might have that. I'm not 100% sure. Again, we were with an entire school group, so it wasn't really something we discussed. It was really interesting. If you like the symphony, the music was amazing. So they did a great job, and I'm glad we got to see it. My body is really mad at me, though, after the last few days. And then our last stop was the Indiana National Dunes Park and Lake Michigan and, all of the pretty things. That one is okay. I wouldn't say it's super accessible because it does have a path sort of that you can kind of walk down, but then it becomes all sand, and I don't know about you guys, but sand sometimes is super hard for me because sand is, kind of resistance. And but there are tables up towards the building where you could sit if you wanted. There's places like where you could sit in the sand unless you the only way you'd have to walk down to the lake is if you wanted to get in the water, and things of that nature. It's a normal, natural nature park, basically. So accessibility is not the greatest, but it is still definitely worth it. It's very gorgeous. The sand is gorgeous. we've been there before. We've been there a couple times. So all of that said, a lot of the places we went did have a lot of accessibility, and all in all, we had a great last 2 days. I am exhausted. I am in a flare because even though all of the individual places were pretty accessible, Thursday I walked well over 15,000 steps plus all of the stairs. While yesterday I didn't walk nearly as many steps. I only got 6,000 steps. A lot of that was the 6 flights of stairs that I had to walk, plus the other stairs that I had to walk at the Shedd Aquarium, and all of the steps and the walking I did on Thursday. So my body is pretty sore. However, we had a great time in Chicago, and to be honest, even though I am suffering and paying for it now, it was definitely worth being there with Haley and being able to form those memories with her and her friends. And, you know, several of these kiddos I've known since elementary school. So it was really nice being part of that. So yeah, again, let me know if you have any questions. If you know more about Chicago and places that are accessible that would be great for others to mention, please feel free to comment and let us know. We're only a few hours from Chicago, so we've talked about maybe going back up like on our own terms where we're not as rushed, and to see a few more places that Haley would like to see and I would like to see. Andrew is a Cubs fan. I am too, slightly. Not a huge baseball fan anyway, really neither one of us are, but we've kind of thought about going to Wrigley Field at some point and watching a game. We thought that'd be pretty cool. So yeah, let me know your thoughts. Let me know any places we should check out, or just in general, if there's places that are disability accessible, let me know in the comments. I would love to start visiting places that are a little more accessible. I'm probably going to start doing these videos anytime we travel, which is not often because traveling is expensive and we're not rich. But we are going to Tennessee in August for our anniversary. So I will kind of do an update on that too. Anyway, love you guys. Bye.